Hello friends, welcome to my channel. So today I want to do a picnic theme. I guess you could consider that summer, but whatever, I want to do it and I haven't been able to, so I'm going to do that today. Okay, so for the base color, I have Color Vibe in whiteout and then I'm working on the rest of it. So for the top portion, I'm just using my sponge to tap on Candy Mayo 976 just to get that sky tone for those ones because the other two are going to get something else. So I'll show you with this one. Super simple. I'm just putting the polish on there and tapping it. And then just adding, if I need more, just adding more as I go. Can also add more later. Just gets me started, gives me something to work with. And then I'm going to go to Maybelline Tropic Talks so that the bottom portion, has the greenery, like so it'll look like an outside theme. I'll just add more as I want to, so I'll do that on those three and be back. Okay, so they're like that right now. If you wanted more of a cloud look, you just tap on some extra white. Now for these two, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that portion, at least the base of it. So I'm going to go to Maniology's M267 and I'm going to go with this image here. And I'm going to use Maniology's Fireside B189 for the pickup. Basically, I want those two to look like a tablecloth, picnic tablecloth. You turn it, save on some mess. Okay, and I'm doing that to the other one, and I will be back. Okay, so now it's like this. Okay, so now I'm going to go to Maniology MXM038. I think this is super cute. Um, so you could do, different food items, outdoor activities. I'm going to start with this section right here. But so I want the tree basically, and I'm going to take this rock away and I will be reverse stamping. So I'm going to my go-to Acorn B498 for the pickup. I just like that for an outline. And again, I'm going to take that rock off. And that bottom don't need to be on there either. Okay, so I'm going to leave it like that for now. Actually, I took off that dark piece for greenery. I didn't want it to be that color. Okay, I'm going to jump over and I'm going to go to this portion. Just the picnic part. And the picnic table here. Actually, I don't know why I shouldn't have done that one first because I did want that as well. Actually, could have got them on there together. Was not thinking. Okay, so I'm gonna jump over here. I'm gonna get these two together. And I'll get them extras off. Okay, now I'm gonna go to this one. I'm actually gonna see if I can just go ahead and fit it at the other end of that stamper. Okay. There is just something about this cut. I want that cut. The ribbons on it, or little bows on it, are solid, so I think I'm gonna do that portion in Fireside and the top portion so I have an outline in Acorn. So let me start with the red. Make sure I got my stamper ready because I did not. Okay, then Acorn, and then I'll get that extra piece off. Okay, so we're gonna start with this image here. For the trunk area of the tree, I'm gonna go to Candy Mayo 941. Always brace my pinky. Okay, the only reason I'm putting more is because my poor little frayed brush cannot believe we are in September. So I know everybody's probably looking forward to some fall manis, which don't worry, we will be getting to. Okay, for the tree portion, the upper part, I'm going to do a mix of Kenny Moyo 969 and the one I used earlier, Tropic Talks. Okay, and I'm grabbing my thicker brush and I'll just kind of go back and forth between the two colors. I know I'm going to need more, so I'm going to go ahead and plop some on there. Okay, so I'll finish that and be back. And I took just a little bit and added some just right there because there was some little darker areas for some greenery. I just decided to plop that there. And then for the water portion, I'm going to switch up my blue and go to Candy Mayo 915. There's not a big difference, just a slight difference in the between that and that other color of blue I used earlier. And also, if you were noticing, look what's still on. So I'm on this day two. So basically 48 hours later, the jewels are staying on. If the glitter is actually what's starting to come off. So I'm pleasantly surprised. Now this also has like some mountainy background, so I'll get that part in a minute. And I got some more to finish it off. So for the mountain part, mm, I couldn't find it. I'm gonna go to Candy Mayo 961 because you could make them desert looking if you wanted by using a brown, or you could do them greenery, which is what I've decided to do. I was gonna do them desert looking, but I decided no, we want some green. But of course, I needed a different tone of green so it doesn't just look the exact same as the tree or the grass image or grass color, I should say. Now, the bottom portion should be fine because of the base color I use. That should take care of that. And don't worry about the spacing or anything. It'll all work once it's placed. Okay, little tiny baby picnic basket here. So for the cloth portion, I'm going to match it to the rest and it's going to be red. So that's LA Colors in Maryland. Mhm. Okay, so I just got to be careful. I don't want to touch the picnic basket. And I probably should have went to my smaller brush, but did not. Okay, and for the little picnic basket, we're going to go to Candy Mayo 952. It's so little. I'm just dotting it around. And then that handle, then there's like a little something poking up out of there. I think it's a bottle. So I'm going to do it in Maybelline Serene Steel. Okay, so I'm going to make this be like lemonade. So I'm going to paparazzi, be optimistic. So I'm going to do that color for those lemons. Now, this one you could do two different tones if you really wanted to have, more detail, but I think I'm just going to stick with the one color. Okay, for the straw, I have Color Vibe and White out. And then for the top, sitting here thinking, because it looks like a screw on top to me. I'm going back to my gray. I'm just going to assume there's a hole in it for the straw. It's fun. Okay, for the drink portion only, to make it more lemonade-y, we're going to paparazzi butter him up. That way there's a bit of a color tone difference between the lemons and the actual lemonade. Okay. Added a little bit more to that. So now I'm going to go to Kenya Mayo 932 for the glass portion. It'll help it make it look a little bit more like a glass. Could do this color, lunar, whatever, something similar. You'll know what I mean by lunar if you've been here any length of time. It's one of my favorites. All right, and back to Maryland for our watermelon portion. Sometimes she is a bit finicky. She kind of has a bit of a, in my opinion, a jelly consistency. That's why I typically do have to get more when I use this color. Get on here. See, it kind of like makes it go away. Okay, and then drop it talks for the green portion. Sometimes I'll tap it to kind of get it a bit more opaque. Okay, and for the picnic table, I'm going to go to a new color, 997. Then I will start it with you and then finish off camera. And then sometimes as I get to lines, I'll just turn it different directions to kind of keep it in one straight line. So I'll be right back. Okay, there's that one. Then we'll flip. And for the basket, I'm going to go back to this color to match it to that other one. So for that cloth right there, I'm not going to do that part in this color. So I'm super curious to know, um, like, do you watch because you're learning, you are just trying to help support, you just want company, you just like nail art? I'm just super curious. Um, because I'll do like I've have a mixture. There's like when I first started, of course, I was watching to learn and I just loved it and wanted to watch. And then other times, um, it'd be, if I was wanted to support somebody, sometimes it would be good for my mental health to get my mind off of things. Regardless of your reason for being here, I really appreciate it. Thank you so very, very much. Okay, for the piece of cheese in here, I'm gonna pull in Paparazzi Dandelion Fuzz, one of my favorite colors. I guess that would make me ask, what is your favorite picnic food? Typical like sandwich, chips. That's mine, I guess I'd say. For the cloth, I'm gonna go back to this color, the light yellow. You could also do like what crackers and cheese and fruits, or get something like a fast food, or you could make something from home to take. What's your favorite? Okay, I'm gonna go to this blue I used earlier for like the label of that bottle. I really enjoy picnics. There's just something kind of peaceful to me about them, but I don't have them often. I think I'd like to. I'm gonna back to that gray for the just for the top. Would you like to have a picnic with me, friends? I think I'd prefer a picnic over like going out somewhere. Okay, for the rest of that bottle, I'm gonna go back to this color I used earlier. Just think that would be pretty. Okay, now I'm grabbed some light green for this. I don't know what this is supposed to be. I don't even know. We're just gonna do it just to have another color. Okay, here we go. And then for our cut, I really want a yellow cut. So I'm going back to the brighter green, which is Be Optimistic. I had someone make me a paper cut when I was little. I mean, it didn't do great, but one of the times it did, but most of the time it did not. I don't even remember how to make one. I think that'd be part of the fun of it, to make it the way you want and then, fly it versus just buying one. I think it'd be like a fun experience. But here, I'd probably be waiting all day to get any wind to come. We still are having hot weather. I mean, you can have wind, of course, with hot weather, but we don't typically get a whole lot of wind. Right, we are going to go ahead and place this image. I'm going to do it a bit down and over because I still want some of the sky to show. And then I'm going to add something else. I also want to say, I hope you're all doing well. I do think about you guys all the time. I know that might seem odd, but I do. I get so used to you and, like I mentioned before, I get to know you in the comments. So I do think about you. I hope you're doing well. Hope life's treating you well. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and place that tiny basket here. So basically, taking that from the other sort of image that it was originally on, and wanted to place it closer to the tree image. These I can pull off when they are ready. Let me show you what I'm talking about real quick. It was over here on its own. I wanted it over here by the tree. Don't worry, I'll get the plates um, unfogged up here in a little bit. Well, excuse me, not foggy, but uncloudy. Okay, so I'm taking some of that water blue because the image, the way I wanted to place it, it didn't make it over here. So I'm going to do that myself to like prolong it over. And I'm doing the same thing as the mountain color. It'll just make it look like it keeps going. And then the same with my tree color. Now, if this bothers you for that line to be missing, I'm just going to take some of my, um, it's Sally Hansen Black Cart 880. Just try to slightly make a line there. I'm not the best freestyler, so, but that if that bothered you, you just kind of go with that same, follow along that water line. and then it connects. Okay, I'm getting ready to place the picnic table. And what I will say is I kind of wish some of the images were much tinier because like if I wanted to put this glass on there, like it just doesn't fit. It's just too big. So I don't know. I would like to put some things on there, but it's gonna look weird. All right, and this image is gonna get the picnic basket. So I could see this one was starting to peel up, so that's why I rolled back that way. Yeah, so this one I wanted to make it look like the kite is coming off from the side, like, as if it's being flown. There's one little piece missing, and I have a spare piece on here, so there we go. Okay, and for this one, I'm going to put the lemonade and watermelon. Okay, I'm going to do a real quick add-on here. See this little tiny vase here? This is a UberChic Cozy at Home. I'm going to pick that up. That way we have at least a little something that we can fit on that table. Okay. And it's like got a little something with it as well, and that's okay. We'll add that too. So I'll just color in the vase. I'll just stick with yellow. How about that? And I'll be right back. So I'm just going to put a little bit of my clear coat on where I'm going to place it on the table. And now we'll have something to fit our little table here. And let's see. Instead of that being a dark color, I'm going to go to my Maryland and we'll just color over that just a little to see if we can't get a little bit of a color to show up. Let me kind of turn it, make it maybe more like a flower. You wouldn't have to, it's just me. And now we don't have a naked table. We got something on there. So that was cute. Okay. So we have our picnic theme. So of course I wanted the outdoor portions just because picnic outside. And I wanted to place this one like it's under the tree, but I also wanted to have like the tablecloth picnic look and wanted to place items on there just to make it more picnic theme looking. I just really liked the cot and I thought that would be a cute addition. And then of course you gotta have your picnic table. And I just wanted something on it. So we added our little flower there. You could add other, like more trees on these other ones if you wanted. There's just always different things you could do. Now that plate, of course, does have food items, so you could do like more food related things. But yeah, this is just one I've been wanting to do, and I know we're getting into that season of changing up Manny, so wanted to go ahead and do it. I do hope you enjoyed watching. I do greatly appreciate it. Thank you so very much. And I'll list the Maniology products I did use in the description box. And until the next one, have a blessed day, my friends. Bye.